Moving on to 5.2, writing equations in standard and point slope forms. Part 1, once again, we'll break this up into a couple days. So, part 1 is today. When the slope and the coordinates of one point of a line are known, an equation for the line can be written in point slope form. So up to this point, we've been dealing with slope-intercept form, correct? We're now dealing with a new form of a linear equation called point slope form. You need to know the difference between the two. Okay? For slope-intercept form, what two things do we need to write an equation? Slope and a y-intercept. That's why it's called slope-intercept form, right? Get some paper and pencil out. For point slope form, what two things do you think I need to write an equation in point slope form?
X.
Well, look at the title of it. A point
A point and a linear.
and the
Line.
slope. So, not necessarily just the y-intercept now. I can use any point to create an equation in point slope form, and I still need the slope. You're going to need the slope no matter what. Okay?
Real.
So when the slope and coordinates of one point of a line are known, an equation for the line can be written in point slope form. You need to write this down. This is point slope form. You need to write this down. Okay? The linear equation y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1 is written in point slope form, where x1, y1, these values from the equation, x1, y1, is the given point on a non-vertical line, and just like usual, m is the slope of the line. So, like I said, you need to have this written down. You need to have point slope form memorized. That way you can know the difference between it and slope-intercept form. Okay? Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So like I said, the point that we're given is not the y-intercept. It's just some other point on the line. It could be the y-intercept, but it could be any other point. And then we find the slope, which is our m value. Okay? Any questions about this? This is just another form of a linear equation. Okay?
Real.
Any questions here? Okay, I'll give you a few more seconds and we're going to move on. Okay, let's get going. I would write this chart down, these steps. If you are given 2 points on the line or a point on the line and its slope, you can write an equation for the line in point slope form. So there's two different methods here. Sometimes we will be given the slope and the point. That'll be all we're given. Let x and y of that ordered pair that you're given be x1, y1. Substitute the values for your slope, m, the values from the ordered pair, x1 and y1, into the equation of a line in point slope form. That's all you got to do. This is the easier thing to be given, is a point and the slope. Because you just got to plug values in and you got your equation. Okay?
Yep.
If we're given 2 points, this takes a little more work. But you guys have done this work before. Okay? Step 1, find the slope. What do you think we're going to use to find the slope?
The X and Y. Oh, M. For real.
What are we going to use to find the slope? If we're given 2 points. How do I find the slope between 2 points?
Y2 minus X2.
Nope.
Y1, Y1.
Y1 over
X.
x2 minus x1. That's slope formula. The slope formula is not going to go away. You're going to keep using it. Okay? So, if you're just given 2 points and that's it, that means you don't know the slope, so you got to find the slope. We're going to use the slope formula once again to find that slope. After step 1 of finding the slope, it pretty much just turns into this method over here. Choose one of the 2 points to use to plug in, and then follow the steps for this over here to plug in the value of the slope and the values of the ordered pair that you've chosen. Do you think it matters which ordered pair you pick?
No.
No, you can pick either one. And we'll look at that here in a second.
Perfect.
So you need to have these steps written down in your notes. That way you can know, hey, I'm given the slope and 1 point. I've got to follow these 2 steps. Or, hey, I'm just given 2 points, so I've got to follow these 3 steps. Everyone should have these steps written down in their notes. Can I move on, or are we still writing?
Still right.
Okay, I'll give you a few more seconds. Hey, stop. Example 1. Write an equation in point-slope form for the line that passes through negative 2, 7 with a slope of negative 3 halves. Then graph the equation. So, which information are we given? Are we given the slope and 1 point, or are we given 2 points? The first one, right?
Yeah.
We're given a slope and a point,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And it wants an equation in point-slope form. You guys need to make sure you always read the directions. Sometimes it'll ask for an equation in slope-intercept form. Sometimes it'll ask it for point-slope form now. Okay, so you got to really pay attention to what it's asking for and know the difference between the two so you can get the answer correct.
Real.
Okay?
Okay.
So step 1, we're going to let the x and y coordinates of our ordered pair be x1 and y1. Okay? What is point-slope form?
Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1.
There we go. Okay? So step 2 tells me to substitute all my values into my equation, and I have my equation. Okay? So, this y and this x are always going to just stay as y and x. So y minus, what's my y1 value? 7. Replacing y1 with 7. We okay with that?
Yep.
I suppose.
M, what's my m here? What's my slope? Negative 3 over 2. I'm replacing m with negative 3 over 2. We good with me? Were we with me so far? Times the quantity of x minus, what's my x1 value?
-2.
Negative 2. So, there's a minus sign in the formula that I have to account for. If there's a negative in my ordered pair, I still have to account for that as well. Do you think the computer is going to like it like this? What do you think I could do to clean this up a little bit? Nope. What about the parentheses? How?
+2.
Wait. Say it again.
+2.
Y plus 2.
Is,
Are you saying add 2 to both sides or change this to plus 2?
change it to +2.
Why?
Because there's like 2 subtract signs next to each other.
Very good. The computer doesn't like redundant things when you're typing it in. So if I've got 2 negatives right next to each other like that, it's going to create a positive. So my equation is going to be y minus 7 equals negative 3 halves times x plus 2. This is what I would type into the computer.
Real.
That's my answer.
That's your answer. Because it wants your equation in point-slope form that goes through that point and has that slope. That's why I said this is the easier information to be given. Because you're just plugging numbers in and you got your equation.
Alright.
Everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Pretty easy, right?
Basically.
Now, we have to graph the equation. This is not terribly bad either. Usually, we're given slope-intercept form to graph, correct? What was the first thing we graphed in that case? The y-intercept, because that was a known point on my line, right?
Yep.
What do you think I'm going to graph first here? Well, do I know my y-intercept?
The slope.
No,
My slope.
but what do I know? Do I have a known point on my line? Yeah, I'm given a point. So whatever known point I have, that's the third thing that I'm going to graph first. So I'm going to graph negative 2, 7. How do I graph that?
Down.
Left, down 2.
Left.
Left 2,
Left 2.
And
Up
then
7.
up
up
7.
7. I don't want you guys to get confused between graphing an ordered pair and using slope to get more points. They're reverse of each other. An ordered pair, I've got to go left or right first and then up or down.
Yep.
Right? So for negative 2, 7, I'm going left 2, up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm graphing that because that's my known point on the line that I'm given. How can I get more points?
Use the slope.
Yeah, use my slope.
Yeah.
Instead of going from the y-intercept, I'm just going to be going from negative 2, 7 now. Okay? So what is my rise over run?
-3/2.
-3/2. So which two directions, how many units am I going?
Down.
Left 3.
Down 3.
And right 2.
Right 2. From the point that I've already graphed.
For sure.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You okay with that?
Yep.
Just keep doing that. I want you to get as many points as you can fit on your graph. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's as many points as I can fit in that direction. What other two directions could I go?
Up
left.
3. Left.
Up 3, left 2, the exact opposite, changing both the signs of my numerator and denominator. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Alright.
As many points as you can fit on the graph. You okay with that? There's the graph of my equation. I'm done with the problem.
Alright.
How do I feel about example 1? Good?
Hard.
Pretty hard?
No.
How many
Okay.
examples are
Quite a few. Okay, write an equation in point slope form for the line that passes through the given points. We don't have to graph this one. It just wants the equation in point slope form. What information am I given? Am I given the slope in 1 point?
No.
No. Am I given 2 points?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to be following these steps now to create my equation. Okay? So, since I don't know the slope, what's the very first thing I need to do? Find the slope using
M equals y2 minus y1.
my slope formula. You okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. What's my y2 value?
-3.
-3. Minus. What's my y1 value? -7. I've got to account for the minus from the formula and the negative from the ordered pair.
And
What's my x2 value? 6. Bring the minus from the formula. What's my x1?
2.
2. Up top, two negatives right next to each other creates a positive. -3 plus 7,
4.
4. Down in the denominator, 6 minus 2, 4. 4 divided by 4 gives me
0.
1.
1.
1, not 0.
I knew that.
We okay with how we got our slope?
Yes.
Now we know our slope.
Perfect.
Now, step 2. We're going to choose one of the 2 points to use. Does it matter which point you use?
Nope.
No. Depending on which point you use, your answers are going to look different from each other. There's 2 correct answers here. Okay? So which point do you guys want to use?
The first one.
2.
First one? I heard the first one first. I'll put both answers up here. If you want to use the second point, use the second point. Okay? So let's use the first ordered pair. We're creating an equation in point slope form. So remember, x1 and y1 are just the x and y values from the ordered pair. M is just my slope that I found. Okay? So if I'm using the first ordered pair, I get y minus what? -7 equals 1 times x minus 2. The x value from the ordered pair, right? Is the computer going to like this answer?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
-7.
Yeah.
So 2 negatives?
It's not going to like 2 negatives right next to each other. So 2 negatives creates a positive. So if I'm using the first ordered pair, the equation I would type into the computer would be y plus 7 equals 1 times x minus 2.
Alright.
That'd be my answer if you use the first ordered pair. Do you have to use the first ordered pair?
No.
No. You could pick the second ordered pair if you'd like. What would that look like?
I'm not too sure.
Y plus 6.
Y minus, what's the Y value from that ordered pair?
Oh, okay. Y minus 6.
-3, the Y value, right?
Oh, I got
Equals, what's my slope?
it. 6.
1.
1 times X minus, what's the X value for my ordered
6.
pair?
Now it's 6.
6. Once again, two negatives creates a positive.
Oh, I see now.
So on this problem, there are two possible answers. The computer should accept either one of those that I have squared or rectangled in. Okay? We okay with that?
Yes.
Do you have to write both of those answers?
No.
No, you just have to get one of them. Okay? Questions about example 2?
Yes, sir.
Still feeling all right?
Yes, sir.
Still not a whole lot of work on this one. You just got to find the slope and then you can start plugging in to get your equation. Okay? Can I move on?
Yep.
Okay.
Timer's not here.
Okay. Write y plus 4 equals -2 times the quantity x minus 6 in slope-intercept form. What form is it currently in?
Y.
Smoke point. Right.
1 point, 1 slope.
Point slope form, right? This is currently point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's what it's currently in right now. It wants me to change it. It's called converting an equation to slope-intercept form. What is slope-intercept form?
Y equals mx plus b.
Y equals mx plus b.
I got that.
What, in slope-intercept form, what variable is solved for?
B.
Well, what variable is by itself?
Oh. Y.
Y. So in order to get this into slope-intercept form, I need to solve for y. Everyone okay with that? Okay. What would you guys do first here trying to get y by itself? Not yet.
Oh, okay. -2 times
What do we call that?
distributive property.
Distributive property. Before I move anything from one side of the equation to the other, I want to make sure both sides of my equal sign are simplified as far as they'll go. If I've got a number times a set of parentheses, I can simplify that by using the distributive property. Okay? -2 times x. -2x. -2 times -6.
-12. Wait, positive 12.
Positive 12. We okay with that first step of distributive property?
Yep.
Is the left side simplified as far as it'll go?
No.
Can I do anything over here to simplify?
Minus 4.
Well,
What is? Oh.
not even looking at the right. Without moving anything from one side to the other yet. Do I have any like terms I can combine or any parentheses to get rid of? No. So this is simplified as far as it'll go. Right?
Yes, sir.
Is this side simplified as far as it'll go?
Yes.
Yeah, there's no like terms, there's no parentheses. Now I can start moving stuff from one side to the other. How would I get y by itself?
Subtract 4.
Subtract 4. Am I subtracting 4 from every term or just the 12? Yeah, wherever it's got a like term. If it doesn't got a like term, then I can just tack it on at the end. What's 12 minus 4?
14.
8. Y is now by itself. This is now in slope-intercept form. There's my answer. You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Anytime it's in point slope form, and you're asked to convert to slope-intercept form, that's the only steps it's going to take. Distributive property, add or subtract to get y by itself. Okay?
Makes sense.
Questions on example 3?
No.
We good? How are we feeling so far?
No.
Can I race and move on? Nadia's book club is ordering new novels. She knows that the total cost of 5 books is $61.25, and 15 books cost $159.75. Write an equation in point slope form to represent the total cost y of ordering X books. Any ideas how we're going to approach this problem? Yep.
So it gave us
Very good. Yeah. What are my 2 points here?
5, 61, 25, and then 15 and 159. I know,
Are we okay with that?
Yep.
They gave us these two relationships in the problem. 5 books is $61.25. That creates an ordered pair for me. And 15 books cost $159.75. That creates an ordered pair for me as well. So this is essentially a problem where I'm using this method over here, given 2 points. I'm just going to go through this process again. Find the slope, choose one of the 2 points to use, follow the steps from the previous method. Okay? We okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, let's find the slope. What's y2?
159.75.
159.75 minus, what's y1? 61.25. We okay with my numerator?
Yep.
What's my x2? 15. Minus, what's my x1? 5. We okay with my denominator?
Yes.
Okay. Someone who's got a calculator, type in 159.75 minus 61.25 and tell me what you get.
You go do this.
I got 98.5.
98 point, I'll put 50 since we're dealing with money. What's 15 minus 5?
10.
10. What's 98.50 divided by 10?
9.85.
Ooh, that's ugly.
You look good, you look good.
9.85. So my slope here is $9.85. Essentially, each book costs $9.85. Okay? We okay with how I found the slope?
Makes sense.
Okay. After we find the slope, what's our next step? Choose one of the 2 points to use. I'll go ahead and throw both answers up here again. We'll go ahead and use both points. Let's use the first ordered pair first. Remember, does it want our answer in point slope or slope intercept? Point slope. So we want it in y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So if I'm using the first ordered pair, what's my y1 value going to be? 61.25 equals, what's my slope?
9.85.
9.85 times
X.
x
Minus
minus
5.
5, the x value from the ordered pair that I'm using. Do I have any 2 signs right next to each other or anything like that?
No.
Nope. This is one possible answer for this problem.
Perfect.
That's an equation in point slope form, right? Now, if I'm using the second ordered pair, I'll just do this real quick. Y minus the y value from the ordered pair, 159.75, equals my slope, 9.85, times x minus the x value, which is 15. Once again, there's no double signs or anything like that, so this is a possible answer choice as well. Once again, you do not have to get both of them. You just got to get one or the other. Okay? Believe it or not, if I convert both of these to slope-intercept form, it's going to convert to the same exact equation. Anytime you got 2 point slope forms, equations, if you convert them both to slope-intercept form, if they're the same line, they're going to create the same equation. Okay? Questions on example 4 here? Feeling good still?
Yes, sir.
Ready to keep rocking and rolling? Can I move on to my next example?
Yeah, watch this. Your son's on campus.
You guys know me too well. Do you guys have any questions about any of the notes we just took?
No.
I get
Okay, This is what you're looking for. I don't think I have published this to Canvas yet. So go ahead and go through McGraw-Hill for me. I'm going to get it published to Canvas. So if I beat you guys, then you can go to Canvas. Any questions before I end the recording?